Hello! Hi, it's me. Talking through the medium of vlogs again. Love this. Love being anxious about talking into a camera when no one's around. Love this. Love it. I'm going to be talking about the Sisyphus Happy album that came out fairly recently, track by track. Going through just the making of it really, and just talking about each song as we go along. I'll be doing these in 3 parts, in bits, because I'm proper overwhelmed with shit to do at the moment. But gonna get through them right now. So starts off with Mad Spanner, the other title track. It's like the project title track, right? And it opens it with it opens with a Bizet overture, which is why I like to think of as whimsy. Start off with a sense of whimsical fun. And usually the Mad Spanner shows would open with that tune, so I thought, why not have the album open with that tune as well? Only to then get undercut with this sort of staccato riffing. And it's like it's a riff that's sort of in a weird time signature. I actually don't know what it is really. It's like, I think it's 7 followed by an 8 followed by a 7, and then I don't know what it is. But it's grown on me. I used to kind of hate that riff, and then I was like, no, actually I love this riff. And then I was like, no, it's a bit of a wonky riff, and I'm like, no, but I quite like this riff. So it's a weird one for a song that's called Mad Spanner. Something that's supposed to sound very definitive, to have a very a riff that's very unsure. Since recording it, I actually quite like this song quite a lot. Riffing wise, lyrically, it kind of ties in a lot of the things that Mad Spanner's about, which is kind of like this sort of sense of anxiety and sort of going along with the ride and fun. With also trying to hint at the undercurrent of suicide, which is in the album, which gets resolved right at the very end. For that to get explored in depth later on, it needed to get hinted at the start, so that at least it wouldn't be. It would come out of nowhere, right? So there's a little bit of that in there as well. But overall, there's also the sense of humour by the end of it. It's not a really funny song, but a song about having a self-catharsis through humour. And that's all basically communicated through the song. Halfway through, there's a guitar lead that I was actually kind of unsure of where that was going to go, because I don't know the time signature underneath. It's actually kind of being played by feel. So it might not be the best guitar lead ever, but if you imagine someone playing it with an eyebrow like raised, like really up there, and kind of not knowing what the fuck they're doing, then I suppose I think that it gives the song a little bit of added weight. And then halfway through the song, there's this thrashy bit, which I love playing live. It's where there's the main riff, but then it just turns it into this sort of like, almost like a Meshuggah thing, where you play it all sort of like really fast at length with this sort of like tremolo picking, sort of increasing, going up the notes, and having the sense of urgency as it goes on. It's the riff that goes ba 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 da ba da ba 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 da ba da ba 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 da ba da ba 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 da ba da ba 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 da ba da ba 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 da ba 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 ba. Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off! Fuck off! He won't leave me alone. Yeah, so yeah, that's Mad Spanner in a nutshell. Kusagakt. The vocals at the end, the death metal vocals. I was trying all these different kind of things, and nothing was working. Nothing was working out. I tried all these different kind of vocal things, but because the long stretches of time and prolonging the voice, vocally it's my weak point. So I was doing this with the help of Kieran Scott. He's sort of giving me some sort of pointers of like, oh, try this thing here. No, try this thing. Why don't you try death metal growls? So give me like a few pointers of like how to like do some things with my voice, you know, or breathing thing like in the diagram, try like sort of project in a different kind of way. And yeah, that worked for that sort of sense. But you really need to practice kind of doing that in order to remember how to do it. So, which is a bit of infuriating because live, I haven't done it once with death metal vocals because I can't. I've actually got to practice that for that one bit in time. I've actually got to do the thing. Anyways, so that was an attempt at an explanation of a song. Okay, cool. Okay, that was one song, one done. Okay, so now we're going to go into Epiphanaut, right? So Epiphanaut, I used to play that sort of a thing on the drums, like that painkiller. You know that one there, and I basically tried doing that on a bass, you know, because that rhythm was kind of stuck in my head after doing it. It was that. Another thing I used to do is these one-fingered kind of like warm-ups to sort of get in the before practicing, sort of like hammer-ons. And basically, like the riff just basically came from that. I was jamming this through lockdown with a friend who was in my bubble, and yeah, we were sort of jamming this around because a lot of these sort of riffs have been logged for years, and I couldn't quite get this song together. And out of nowhere, a guy, Charlie, that's his name, he did that bounce to it, and then suddenly it worked. The lyrics kind of wrote themselves, but only after a lot of different takes. It was called The Madness of Sincerity for a bit. Then it was like, I know. And then lyrically, I was kind of going nowhere with it, and I was like, for fuck, where's this going to go? And then it got changed to like being an agent of chaos. Like I don't know, like if you're a postman, have you ever like fantasized of maybe just like opening random letters or setting some on fire, or I don't know, just to add a little bit of chaos and all? Because I don't know. Anyways, that didn't really go anywhere either, because it wasn't. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. This is just weird. And then the true inspiration came out, which is about writer's block, and I was like, oh, this is perfect. This sort of feeling, this sort of frustrated, like, what the fuck is this? With all the song, with all the lyrics and all the riffing and everything like that, I was like, what the fuck is this? I don't know. And every time I have got something, it's shit. It's actually, it just evolves into crap between. So the song became it was about writer's block, and then suddenly it wrote itself very, very quickly from that point in. The thing that I'm actually unsure, going back to the song, is that it's is that weird bit in the middle where you got that conclusion to the riff, and I want because it's rhythm only and that because there's a 6 over a 4. So while you got the heavy riff playing in 4, you've also got this sort of light lead in playing 6 notes on the 4, so 6 over 4 or something like that. The idea was sort of getting lost into this sort of spiral, or like this thought spiral, and getting crazy and crazy as you're staring at this wall, and like like there's this rising tension maybe. And I thought if I just sort of focus on rhythm on this sort of polyrhythm, you could kind of get lost in it a little bit. But I still wonder whether there could have been a lead in there somewhere. But playing leads over this sort of thing isn't my strong suit yet. But maybe in future I could get better. But what I did instead is just sort of do these sort of like weird choral like or something like that. You can hear them very faintly if you're using headphones, but that was my sort of idea. So I was sort of punctuating each sort of measure with a thing. Oh, I'm doing a great job with this, aren't I? The third one is about my daddy issues. Back off the chain. It's the first song that I got written for this album, and it's a fun riff. Played that as a band, with Ben and Dan. We played that quite a lot, because that song kind of wrote itself after a night out in Wrexham, where my dad came to support us playing the Metal to the Masses and got chucked out the venue after licking random people's foreheads and causing all sorts of trouble. It was hilarious, So we wrote a song about that. The lyrics wrote themselves very quickly, and there's not really much to say about it. I rewrote the guitar solo when Dan left, just to give it like a new take on it, because I didn't want to like take things that he did and give it something fresh. It's the one that goes. So a couple of changes have been made over the years, especially the ending. Because what we used to do is just play this sort of thing, right at the very end of that, bah, 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 is that we just sort of let it hang, and then we sort of say something to the crowd or something while doing this. And then when they got to the grind bit, it would just do the same thing but faster. It sounded like shit, right? So I changed it to something in 5, which is now an actual riff rather than just some sort of lazy add-on. And the riff goes sort of in 5, 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5. Oh, it's a fun one, Batty of the Chain. I am quite fond of that one. 99% effective. So this is the ballad of the album, which is basically War Ensemble, right? So all the riffs to this are like 5 or 6 years old. So I had these in the bank, just like lying around, and there was just something that I used to do, which is that there's this picking pattern in War Ensemble. So that one, right? So that I was practicing that for ages. Yeah, vertical. So yeah, that's where the basic inspiration behind that riff came from, and that whole was there in the bag for ages. It was just how to put them all together. And lyrically, that was the thing that sort of made it all tied together. I was like, oh, the lyrics there. Because it's based on a real event, an actual condom snapping, like post-jism, and having a sort of like panic attack of like, oh no, I don't want to be a dad, I don't want kids, no. So yeah, I wrote a song about it. So yeah, that's 99% effective. True story. Kind of traumatized from that afterwards. Now I can't engage with sex unless I'm wearing like 2, 3, 5, 10 condoms, at the same time. Yeah, I can't have sex unless my dick looks like a balloon animal, is what I'm saying. So yeah, it was the quickest one to put up, and actually this is the hardest song to play live because of that picking technique. And I don't know if Tom Araya does this when doing War Ensemble. Because I can't do that to save my life. I just put some vocals on it, 99% effective, condom efficacy taken for granted. Oh, it starts to get messy, right? So instead, live, I do a cheat where I just play the one note. and leave the backing track guitar to do the da-da-da-da-da-da. Actually, it's not actually less that one and actually more the undercurrent one there. There we go, because it's a bass guitar, really, and I should play it like a bass guitar and play the root note what guitar's doing. So, yeah, that was an attempt at a vlog. Thanks for bearing with me. I'm going to try and compartmentalise this as much as I can for the TikTok and the things. I would say I'm a professional and looking like I know what I'm doing, but not even that. Thanks for watching. Oh, God.